After hours of deliberation yesterday and today, a jury convicted Antonio Prado of murder. When their car started flipping, you can actually see part of a bush sticking out of the trunk. We start tonight with breaking news. Troopers are on scene of a fatal crash in Carter County. People have been lining up here all day inside the Sherman Municipal Building with buckets and containers just to fill up water. I have two thoughts on that. Number one, I can't stand cockroaches. This is kind of a genius idea. And number two, I bet they're going to make some good money off of this. With the environment changing inside your home and at places of work, and especially with many public places closed, when a neighbor saw lightning strike that tree, hitting the corner of the house, shattering the windows, and the water is still flowing steadily across the road here. So many people have come out to give, and as you can see, we've got quite the collection of toys here. Homes, apartments, even a lagoon-style swimming pool. The city says it will be a defining development. Protesters who want this Confederate monument removed will gather here on Sunday, but organizers say they've received violent threats. After serving Texas on the state level, what do you hope to accomplish in Washington as a member of Congress? Running water, a sound thousands of Sherman residents haven't heard in their homes in days.
I mean, we have bottled water, but again, it takes about an hour and a half to melt enough snow to flush toilets.
Right now, we're running out of the necessity water is what we're running out.
No coffee, no showers, no shampoos, melting snow to flush the toilets.
Melting snow for water has become a norm this week. Since Wednesday, the city has given more than 800 cases of canned and bottled drinking water. And people have been filling up containers for the past couple days at the municipal building. Like Nina Lujan, who hasn't had water at her home in 3 days.
So we need to come and get some, because we had to stay home. There's no other place to go.
On Thursday, the water treatment plant unfroze and started refilling the system. City spokesman Nate Strouch says during the rolling blackouts, Oncor shut off both power sources for the plant. He says there are still frozen pipes and broken water mains, but most should have water pressure by Friday.
We know people are frustrated. We know they've gone without. We know, there's elderly and folks out there that need oxygen and all these things, and so we're trying to meet those needs as best we can.
But through it all, people are looking out for each other and staying positive.
You take off for granted, I guess, the little things. You never think you're going to be without water, for one.
You get to see the good in life, that's the only way that you can survive these things. You get to see the good in life.
Good morning, KGAF. You're on the air.
That's how it starts, but everyone has a story.
I lost my sister in July and have had to get braces for my grandson.
When host Steve Eberhardt answers the phone, he asks them to share.
I've just got COVID and just got back to work, and I want to help out my dad. He's still fighting COVID and pneumonia.
In a year like 2020, it is clear that many people are hurting. A lot of people would not have Christmas without this.
Anonymous donors gave $20,000 cash to KGAF to give away on air. Their only wish that it goes to people in Cook County who need it.
We're going to give you $500 in Secret Santa cash to help out at Christmas time this year.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Some calling in tears. One woman's husband has been sick, and she wanted to provide Christmas for her family. Cars lined up outside afterwards.
The great thing about this is it truly does make that happen for a great deal of people.
Elizabeth Turner is one of them. She's faced lots of medical issues, and after getting approved to work again, she tested positive for COVID-19.
And I have 5 grandkids that, I just want to help out with Christmas.
My husband, hours have been cut, so he had to get a second job, and it's been just awful.
Melanie Sparks wanted to buy Christmas presents for her kids.
How about we hand you some cash here? Would that make your day?
In a year defined by financial hardship and sickness, a little kindness goes a long way.
And to the people who donated this money, they don't know what this means to people. It means the world.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to y'all too.
In Gainesville, Meredith McCown, News 12.
It's a hole in my heart. It is a hole. But I miss him.
Kaysen Powell was Shania Smith's only child. She says he was full of life.
He had a smile out of this world. He was funny.
Almost 3 years ago, he was visiting his dad in Denison when a group of teenagers drove by the house and fired 15 to 16 shots. One bullet killed Kaysen, and another seriously injured his 11-year-old brother, who spent weeks in the hospital.
It's really, really senseless when a 5-year-old's life is ended over something, it really is trivial for that. There's never a justification for it.
First Assistant District Attorney Carrie Ashmore says Antonio Prado, Ryan Clay, and Sabrina Nino were in the car. Prado and Clay are accused of firing the guns. Nino told police one of Kaysen's older brothers owed her $100 for a quarter ounce of marijuana. She and Clay were arrested the next day, and Prado arrested last July in Mexico. Now he'll spend life in prison, but Smith will spend forever without her son.
I don't know if we move on or if we just keep going. I just try to live. I try to live because God gives us one life and we need to live it abundantly.
Smith credits support from family and friends, counseling, and faith for getting her through the past few years.
And I just keep going. That's all I can do. And he would want me to keep going.
She says she's pleased with the verdict and sentence.
I miss him a lot. I miss him more than I wouldn't wish this on anyone.